If you've ever watched a guru video and they talk about budget gear for creators, and they talk about cameras and microphones and lights, and their budgets on the lower end are like £500 for cameras. They'll recommend microphones that are upwards of £300–400, and that's before they even get into the lights. This entire setup, my camera, my microphone, all my lights, cost me less than £200. And all I'm using is one key light, a couple of backlights just over here, and in total I will put the screenshot on camera on the screen for you to see, but it just shows that you do not need to break the bank to start creating videos at home. You don't even need like the extra backlights. That was just something that I wanted because I like the aesthetic look of it. But I wanted to just draw attention to the fact that there's too many videos recommending budget gear where the budget is higher than most people can afford to go, or higher than some people want to go, because at the moment YouTube is just a hobby for them. Same with me. You know, I've been medically retired since 2018. Last year I started uploading videos to YouTube. It's a hobby to me. If I ever get monetized and start making some small amount of money, that's great, but that's not why I'm doing this, and I know that's not why people in my community are doing their YouTube channels. Some of them are monetized and some of them are earning money, but that's not why they started YouTube. They started YouTube as a hobby, as something fun to do, as a creative outlet, and that is the best way, in my opinion, of starting your YouTube channel. If you start a channel with the sole focus of getting monetized and making money from your channel, you're gonna burn out very quickly, because for most people getting monetized takes a long time. It can take a year, 2 years, it can even take 3, 4, 5 years. Getting into YouTube for the money is just a bad idea. If you are a creative person and you want to use YouTube as a creative outlet, or if you want to use YouTube to help other people with problems that they may be having, like I do. I know about like computer software, and I know a little bit about technology, so that's how I was able to hook up my microphone plugged into my phone here. I mean, this microphone should be really plugged into a PC, But in my studio, I don't have a PC. In my studio, I don't even have a laptop. I make my videos on my Samsung S25 Ultra, a microphone that cost around £65, and just a couple of lights. That's it. And when you're not having to worry about money for different bits of gear, that leaves you space to be creative and allows you to just treat YouTube as a hobby. And you're not getting you're not stressing out about I spent thousands of pounds on gear, I need to make money from YouTube, because it just doesn't work like that. And growing on YouTube, I mean, starting a YouTube channel is easy. Anybody can start a YouTube channel. Not everybody wants to start a channel, and not everybody who starts a channel uploads many videos. But the people who do, they quickly find that if you want to have growth on YouTube, it's about finding and becoming part of a community. It's about resonating with the people who watch your videos. You'll hear all the gurus tell you about do this and you'll be in the top 90% of creators, or you'll be better than 90% of the creators. Do this and you'll be in the top 1% of creators, or do this and you'll activate easy mode on YouTube. It's all nonsense. There is no 90% better than creators. There is no top 1% of creators. I mean, let's look at that. They're saying if you do this, let's say optimizing your thumbnails this particular way. If you do your thumbnails this particular way, you'll be in the top 1% of creators. Mr. Beast is in the top 1% of creators. Are they saying if you do your thumbnails like this, you'll be in the same bracket as Mr. Beast? Because effectively that's what they're saying. And we all know it's all complete nonsense. So the advice that they give is good advice. The promises that they make is not great. So listen to the advice, and if it's relevant for you, go with the advice, and it will make your videos better. It might higher your click-through rate. It might extend your average view duration. But what really matters more than optimizing and all the SEO and all of that, all the metrics that you can measure, what matters more than all of that, in my humble opinion, is resonating with the audience, building a connection with the audience. I mean, look, I've got less than 200 subscribers. I'm not any type of guru, but I've made over 100 videos, so I know a little bit about why I wasn't growing and how to change certain things around. In this last month, I have gained close to 50 new subscribers. And for somebody who was at 120 subscribers like a month ago, to then gain 50 new subscribers in the last month, that's pretty huge for me. I know why it happened. At the time I didn't, but I have done a little bit of research, I've looked into it a little bit, and now I understand why that has happened. So I know one of the things that I can do moving forward to better the chances of getting more subscribers. But it still comes back to resonating with the people who are watching your video. If you are sharing stories that people can relate to, they're going to want to come back to your videos and watch more of your content. If you are not afraid to be vulnerable in front of the camera, vulnerable in front of people who don't know you, then people are going to resonate with that, because there are millions of people who feel vulnerable. And there are people who watch YouTube who are vulnerable. And if they resonate with your videos, they then start to resonate with you as a creator. And that then transcends just your videos, because they are then invested in you, the creator, you, the person. So if you was to change your videos and start making videos about something a little bit different, chances are the people who have resonated with you are going to stick with you, because they are invested in you, not just your content, but in you as a person. And when you are part of a community, like I am honoured to be part of a community, an absolutely amazing community. We call ourselves the cool kids, because most of us are Generation X or older, and we just think that each member in the community is pretty cool. We have fun, we have banter, we laugh, we share emotional moments, we share vulnerable moments, and that builds the connection in the community. And people you've never met in real life, people who live on the other side of the world, you start to become closer to those people, because they know, in some cases they know more about you than the friends you have away from YouTube, because the people in the community, in the YouTube community, they are going through some of the things that you're going through. They are or have experienced some of the same struggles that maybe you're going through. So they emphasize with you, or they show empathy with you, and they understand, and they're able to offer you advice. Friends that you have away from outside of YouTube, it's hard for them to understand the struggles that content creators go through because they're not content creators themselves. So if we're thinking, okay, I need to try and improve my CTR, people who are not on YouTube don't know what CTR is. They don't know what it stands for. They don't know why it's important. So it's hard for some people, to understand what we are feeling and understand some of the struggles that we as content creators are going through. And going back to the gurus, I think some of them honestly have forgotten what it was like when they were first starting out on YouTube. I think they have forgotten what it was like for people who are struggling to grow their channels. And I think a lot of the generic content or generic advice is for people who don't really need that advice. What do I mean by that? If you are giving people advice on gear to buy and you're saying to them, well, this camera makes everything look great and it's like £500. You then need to go and buy a lens. Oh, well, if you get this lens, this is an amazing lens, £200. And then you buy this microphone, it'll make your quality sound amazing, and there's noise cancellation, and there's all these bells and whistles, another £400. In the case of the Shure MV7, I think at the moment that's like £437 just for a microphone, when all of this cost me less than 200. So this is me explaining to you that you don't need fancy gear, you don't need loads of money to start a channel, and you don't need to spend thousands of pounds on guru courses that are spouting the same generic advice as other guru courses for information that you can find on YouTube for free. If you was ever going to pay money to somebody to help you grow your channel, I would suggest never go with a guru's course, like a 12-week masterclass course, because you don't need it. If you wanted to invest money in your channel, then I would go with a mentor. People like Kevin Colby, people like Rob the Maritimer, people who remember what it's like for small creators. They've made it, they're earning money, and they're absolutely killing it. But they never make videos about spend X amount of dollars on whatever, because they know that you don't need to do that. Kevin Colby I know he spent a lot of his YouTube journey making videos on his iPhone. And Rob the Maritimer, he spent a lot of his journey making videos with inexpensive gear, like wireless DJI microphones. And you can get microphones that are cheaper than DJI, but you know, they're still inexpensive microphones. So don't think you need thousands of pounds. Don't think you need fancy gear. All you need is a phone and a microphone of some kind to improve the audio of your videos. You don't even need a key light, and you certainly don't need lights that, like I have, little backlights. You could start your channel for, I would say, £20. I mean, you could start it for free just with the audio on your phone, the microphone on your phone. But the first thing I would buy is a microphone of some kind, just to improve the audio of your videos. And then you can build from there. So if you're feeling like you need all this expensive equipment, you don't. If you think you need to listen to all the gurus to grow your channel, you don't. All you need is self-belief, self-confidence, and a desire to do it. A desire to face whatever fears you may have head on and say, I've got this. Because you do. And I believe in you. Thank you for watching.